Good evening and Happy New Year to you each. This is Serapis. How are we all this evening?
Right.
Are you enjoying your full moon?
Mm-hmm.
Very potent full moon this time. I think it is finishing up some old business within your emotional bodies, assisting in that process. It is a good time to finish up old business as we are entering what you would consider a new year. It is going to be a wonderful year for you. It is my projection. The energies of activation that have been so firmly developed in this year of 1990. The foundation which has been laid in previous years and in this are such that the energies which continue to flow through in the new year will be felt by you as that of a great relief, that of a sense of the energies that you have been preparing to receive within you, the work that you have done. It will be as if, one way of viewing it, you could say those who have given themselves to their spiritual practice will be more well rewarded for the work that has gone on. I think it will be a year of manifestation for you. There will be much of change in the third dimensional reality, third dimensional realm, and all of those beings who are unaware that they are no longer in the third dimension, but yet those who continue to attempt to live as if they were in the third dimension, those beings will have more difficulties. This will manifest on the physical plane and in the political and emotional spectrum of activities. And those who are giving themselves to the higher energies, higher dimension, reality, will find that they are ones who will be expanded, empowered, and nurtured. And they will be the ones who are to participate most directly in the miraculous, wonderful dawnings that will be coming more and more into manifestation in this year to come. So I congratulate you, each of you. I feel that each of you are so sincere in your paths that this talk that we give tonight, we can focus upon the positive. It will be a year of grace, and it will be one in which each of you has the opportunity to experience firsthand the wonders of grace, the manifestations of grace. This year will call to you, it will challenge you to release your old programming, your old understandings about what is possible and how the world works and how manifestation works. And it will call to you to release your old beliefs and to become quite childlike. And most of all, it will call to you to open to receive. It will be a year that rewards those who are open to receive from Spirit. It will be a year that does not reward those who are clinging to fear and limitation and lack and other third-dimensional belief patterns. So you could say that we are at the parting of the ways for human beings, human realities. Those who are giving themselves to the light will experience more and more blessings. Those who are still clinging to illusion will experience more of that illusion. Everything will be intensified. Every experience. So if you are in light, your light experience will be intensified. And if you are in illusion, your illusion experience will be intensified. It will feel intensified to you, put it that way. This is a quickening that has been referred to. The nature of this quickening is that it is meant to shake you a little bit in your realities. If you are once clinging to illusion, perhaps to show you that it is illusion, to inspire those who are not yet in alignment with this New Age energy, to show them the way to release the old and to open to the new. So on this day that many have sat and prayed for peace and light and the awakenings, I say to those of you who have been giving yourselves to this, that which you are praying for will come to pass. It may not come to pass in the exact way that you would visualize it yourself. There is higher wisdom involved here. And yet, the end result of that which you are praying for, that peace and love, the end result of that New Age manifestation will be. It will be accomplished. There are many who feel that they will have much to do, much service to do in these days to bring about the New Age. I say to those of you who are engaging yourselves in political and social areas of service, this is fine, but you must acknowledge that that which will save this planet is grace and spirit. And the cards have been dealt. They have only to be played. So I ask those of you who are still clinging to your limited concepts about what is light and the manifestation of New Age energy and what is darkness and negative, to perhaps open yourselves to release those belief patterns and to allow the divine will, the higher destiny of this planet to unfold And by doing this, you allow yourself to be more flexible and to be more open to receive the truth. Not the limited truth that your mind can perceive, but the ultimate truth that your heart and soul can receive and experience. It is going to be, it has been, but it will continue to be a very exciting time. You see, for every situation or problem or challenge that is faced by human beings, there are many different perspectives on how to deal with assisting that or overcoming that challenge, creating balance and alignment. So one thing that I would recommend to each of you is to always hold within your heart the belief and the awareness that the miraculous is just as possible as a more earthly solution. Let us say you have some emotional energy that you feel needs to be cleared, or some density that you are experiencing. You can accomplish the clearing of this or the alignment and balancing of this in many ways. Many different technologies are available to you. I ask you to open yourselves to the technology of grace, and to allow that, if you will open your heart and allow the light and love, allow the angelic presence that is here for you, each of you individually and as groups within your networks. If you will allow this new energy to simply enfold you and open your heart to it, great, wonderful healings can be yours. Completely free of charge, of course. So open to the miraculous, my friends. What is miraculous to the third dimensional belief pattern is only natural law to a fifth dimensional awareness. Allow your lives to be ruled by grace, and allow yourself to believe that you deserve all that you could attain to, all that you could experience. Open yourselves to receive this year the bounty of Spirit, the bounty that wishes to flow through you. If you open to receive it, open your hearts, you will receive. And while others may seem to be struggling with their illusions, you may have the experience of flowing through life with wonderful manifestations of grace and love surrounding you. I think that it will be increasingly important in this year, regarding your group activities, to continue to gather together, to know that as the human emotional aura continues to go through its shaking and awakening, it will be increasingly important for you to gather together and assist each other to boost your individual experience and your group experience of this higher energy to keep you in that place as best you can, to keep you above the death throes of the old belief patterns that are all around you. I would view your situations geographically as from above, as beautiful blossoms of light floating in a sea of darkness. And in all of your surrounding communities, all of your gathering points, at any one time when you are gathered there is a great light, and you truly are held above the apparent chaos that surrounds you. It will be a time that it requires you to be strong and to maintain your contact individually and within your groups to assist one another. For these areas are truly sanctuaries, as each of your homes, your areas where you meditate are tiny sanctuaries. There are, from our perspective, many, many sanctuaries, many, many groups that gather together. So it may appear to your third-dimensional eyes that the darkness is intensifying, while if you give yourself to your spiritual path, it will appear to your heart and to your spiritual eye that all is light, and light is intensifying and overwhelming that apparent darkness. The realities will be more and more separating, you see. Just as a road forks, it is up to you which fork you choose. And this choice is yours in each moment, and it is yours in your life course in general. So the opportunities are here for you, individually and in your groups, to make great strides towards manifesting, truly manifesting that divinity in this year to come. In this past year, as you are very much aware, there was much work regarding activation and releasing old patterns, releasing dense energies. At times it may have occurred to you that it was very intense and uncomfortable. Truly there is a higher perspective to this process, but we can relate to those feelings as well. I say to you that the time will come when you will have gone through most of your clearing. Perhaps some of you are at that point already, where you can truly feel that you have found your stride, so to speak. Your missions become clearer to you. The work that you feel in alignment with becomes clearer to you. Doors open. The path is made clear for you to walk. The path that is not struggle, that is a beautiful flow of energy and grace and guidance. This is my wish for each of you, that your lives shall be more flowing this year than they were in the previous ones. It will be a time, as I perceive it, when many will find themselves losing interest more and more in how shall I say this, information regarding spiritual growth. And it will be a time when more will be open to and enjoying the transformation of spiritual growth. And it will be completely and is completely possible for you, even those of you who are waiting so wholeheartedly for your final ascension leap, it will be possible for you to experience that inner peace and satisfaction in your moment-to-moment experience, that joy and sense of surrender and peace, so that even while you are waiting for your ascension waves, you will be able to experience a peace at a deeper level than what you have perhaps in the past. A sense of joy, even as surrounded as you are by these dense energies and the clearing of them, the balancing of them. You can be as those lotus flowers who are held above the murky waters. And you can float there for as long as is required of you to float. I think you have all had the awareness to a certain degree that your ascension path is not one of sitting back and waiting for the spaceships to come and lift you, but that it is something that is ongoing, that you are merging with higher dimensional energies, that you are becoming lighter, more expanded. Your consciousness is awakening more and more. And I would suggest that you enjoy this opportunity that you are having and savor these experiences. Truly, you can live your lives in the moment that you are in. You can live your lives from one breath to the next. If you can summon the necessary trust and faith within you to know that you will be provided for, that you will receive the guidance and inspiration that you require, just as you receive it, just as you require it, that you will receive your prosperity and your abundance, just as you require it. For the moment is where you will find that which I have been speaking about this evening. You will not find it in projections about how the New Age is unfolding and how you are doing. You will not find it in watching and waiting for specific events to occur. You will find it in the moment, in your breath, as Katumi has so aptly labeled it, the altar of your breath, whereupon you may place each experience as a surrender and as an offering to the Creator. And in doing so, in offering each experience, you are free from attachment, free to flow and be in that beautiful light and presence that you are waiting for so strongly. The more you return to the higher dimensional experience, the more your consciousness and your physical bodies and your beings are elevated and expanded into those higher realms, just as those higher realms appear to descend upon you from above, if you can use that analogy. As this is occurring, you will be more and more dwelling within those higher dimensional realities, and more associating, in many ways, with the angelic realms and the realms of the ascended masters. In fact, I think it is safe to say that these realms are to become more real to you than your earthly lives. And those acquaintances and comrades that you experience, your ascended brothers and sisters, will become to you just as your earthly friends and family have been. That real to you, that much there for you to confide in and to assist you. So those of you who have felt that you are perhaps alone, that have felt a longing for company of others who can understand and relate to you on the level of your consciousness, you will have this opportunity. You will have the opportunity to experience many more of your soul family who are in ascension, who are in the ascended state. And many more of the masters will be able to, as you would say, get through to you. For the opening of consciousness, the opening in your abilities to receive telepathically and transmit and have your channelings and have your messages, this will be opened up a great deal in the days ahead. Great strides have been made by each of you in this past year. I think everyone in this room has made incredible openings in their consciousness, and much channeling has occurred. Yet I am aware, as we are continually hearing it from this channel, that it is necessary for further clearing, or desirable to have these veils removed, so that you can spend more time and receive higher dimensional communications more readily. And this we are working on. And this we will accomplish to a very large extent in the coming year. The portals of the heavens are opening, you could say. And you who know how to receive that energy will benefit and blossom. And those who resist the energy will find their resistance much more difficult to endure. And hopefully they will release that resistance and open to that love as well. It is a planetary and a personal ascension that you are witnessing. So have gratitude in your hearts for that which you are experiencing, for that opportunity that you have. So I think this evening would be an excellent opportunity for us to do some energetic work together. I have a host of angels here with me that are surrounding you all, that have been assisting in the bringing through of this energy. Before we do this work, I would like to give you the opportunity to ask any questions that you might have.
I have a comment. I've been focusing quite a bit on the Ascension. And in my particular kind of work, I also need to focus heavily. To sustain detail over a long period of time. And I know that the Ascension could possibly be 2 years from now, or it could be tomorrow. And I just want to say that for me it's difficult to sustain the two focuses. And my real focus, of course, is the Ascension. That's where my heart is right now. And I still have to focus on in order to continue to bring in money to support ourselves. And that focus is very requires a great deal of energy, at least for me. I just wanted to make that comment.
We understand your situations. I would only recommend or reiterate what I have said concerning viewing Ascension as a particular event. If you would view Ascension as an ongoing process that will perhaps culminate in an event, the event that you are waiting for, you will not have so much to feel that nothing is happening and that you are waiting for an indefinite period of time. For truly you are being lifted. Each of you are being lifted into higher consciousness, as this planet is being lifted. And I would say, with regards to your financial situation and the work that you do, continue to do that which you feel is necessary, but also open yourself to the more miraculous assistances, to more change and more ease in this. If you have a belief system that says it is hard to make money, then you will probably manifest making money as being difficult. If you can open yourself up to the affirmation that money is easy to attain, perhaps the nature of your endeavors, your experience within those will be different. I think it is an excellent opportunity for you to put into practice some of that which you have learned regarding manifestation.
Thank you.
All the emotions that come up within human beings that are waiting for the evacuation, all of those emotions are not that which would be considered unnecessary or extra baggage to you. They are vital to your growth you see. So if you are waiting for the ascension wave and it has not occurred yet, and you feel anger or resentment or fear or any of the other emotions, know that the reason that it is that you heard of this and that you have been waiting, perhaps part of the reason is that you can use this as an opportunity to release those energies, to balance them, I should say. Open your heart to receive them. Accept them as they are, without judgment or criticism, and they will become balanced. They will become, they will drown in the love that you have within you. I would say that these days you are living in are incredibly flexible and fluid, much more so than previous experiences you have had in your lifetimes. If you can open yourself to that possibility that things can change radically and easily, they can do so. Each of you hold within your hearts, within your emotional bodies, still a few dense energies. And one way I would suggest that you deal with this is simply to open your hearts and allow yourself to feel those energies. I will give you an analogy. Let us say that you are swimming in a swimming pool. That swimming pool is the consciousness of universal love. The water of love surrounds you. It is all overflowing you with beautiful vibrations, beautiful experience. You find yourselves floating in it or swimming underneath the surface of the water, immersing yourselves in that love. And yet you have carried with you into the water, let us say, a jar, a sealed jar, and within that jar you could say there is a substance, such as a salt or sugar, some crystalline substance. And these jars that you hold are your areas that you have yet to open and accept to yourself, your emotional areas. I would say you could view this experience of releasing or balancing emotion as simply opening the lid of that jar while you are under the surface of the water and allowing the water of love to flow into that container, to dissolve the salt, and to carry it away, to dissolve it and to clean out your jar and give you a sense of opening, a sense of openness and being filled with that same love energy that surrounds you. This is somewhat of a crude example, but from my perspective, it is that which is beneficial for you to attempt. When you feel those emotions, to open your heart, know that you are surrounded on every side and in every dimension with incredible love and healing energies. And all those energies that you have held within your hearts for fear that they might overpower you, that they might be too strong or they might be too painful to open into the light of consciousness, they are much less powerful than that love that surrounds you and is within your heart. So let me say, with regards to your emotional healing, perceive that love is 1,000,000 times more powerful, and the love that you have within your heart is 1,000,000 times more powerful than any negative emotion that can be felt by you. And simply allow yourself to feel the emotion, whatever it may be, and by allowing yourself to feel it and to accept it into your heart, accept it as part of your experience, without judgment or criticism, without resistance, without trying to rid yourself of a negative experience, simply by accepting it, you fill that jar with the waters of love and it dissolves the salt.
Serapis Bey, I have a question. In the new year, I've been thinking that I would like to improve as a channel, and I'm really grateful for this experience. And sometimes I have this very wonderful experience of spiritual presence, and then also I'll have the experience of feeling blocked or even feeling lost. And so I was wondering if you could talk about channeling. A lot of us are opening to channeling and still beginners. And what could I do to become a better channeler next year? Do you have any tips?
When you speak, my heart is filled with love. And I see that you are already quite open as a channel. I think that the difficulties you have been perceiving are a result of the clearing of your particular jars of salt, the balancing of them. Sometimes the water of love gets a little more cloudy when there is a great deal being dissolved for a short time, and it is a bit more difficult. It is something like the necessity of going with the flow rather than of pushing it and forcing it to happen when you feel it is that you want it to happen. Also, I must say that there has been and will continue to be a great deal of static in the atmosphere due to the great clearing and the intense chaos and illusion that is still rampant upon the face of this planet. Sometimes it has nothing to do with you or your own process. Sometimes it is simply not highest wisdom for your connection to be attempted. Sometimes it would be a less beneficial experience, and you are being protected at those times.
So, let me see. So what you're saying is just to go with the experience and not try to force a certain experience. Or...
Yes, ask for that which you request, for that which you desire. If you have a strong desire in your heart to become a better channel, that is all that is required, that and associated with your meditation practice. And if you will practice, you will become better. It is just practice makes perfect. Unfortunately, with channeling, practice makes close to perfect. So again, I think for you, we have discussed this in the past, but the problem, if there is such a problem, it is not in your ability, but in your ways of perceiving your ability. This is a number one drawback to many who are channeling. There are so associated judgments and belief systems and comparisons and all sort of emotional baggage that you bring to the actual channeling experience. Know that channeling is most effective when simply viewed as bringing through higher dimensional energies. When you focus on the information to the extent that you tend to do here, especially those of you who are always wondering when the evacuation will occur, it tends to create a view of channeling which is not altogether in alignment with what is truly there for you.
I have a question. How does one dissolve spiritual ego?
Spiritual ego is dissolved as the process of your growth unfolds. One arena that is very effective is the arena of service, the arena of your fulfilling of your guidance, following guidance in your earth mission.